everybody? Thunderfist 1978 coming at you here on a Friday evening. Hope everybody's having a great day today. So tonight's stream is kind of an impromptu stream. We're going to be streaming an NES classic called Dragon's Lair: The New Legend. Now, many of you may know the original Dragon's Lair arcade game, and this game, it's kind of weird because it's almost the exact same game. The only difference that I've noticed between this game and the arcade game is the final boss and the boss fight right at the beginning that determines which dragon you're going to play as. But plot-wise, it's this is meant to be a sequel. But yeah, this game is a lot like Xevious, which was a game that Namco released back in 1982. Kind of had a futuristic spaceship, and the concept was you could fire at air targets and also at targets on the ground. And you had two different weapons that you could use to attack the different targets. So in this game, as you can see through this demo, you can fire at airborne and ground targets, just like you can in Xevious. But as you can see, it's more of a fantasy environment where you're playing as a dragon. You're actually playing as a human who transforms into a dragon. In the original game, you played as a character named either Amru or Amr. It's kind of hard to tell which is his actual name and which one is the mistranslation. But he was out to rescue a woman named Alicia. I don't know if they were actually married at that point or not, but Amr or Amru was the king of the land, and basically in this game they get married after the events where which are played out in the first boss fight against Zaul, who is the final boss from the original game, which is rather interesting. If you lose that boss fight, then you transform into the Gold Dragon, and you pretty much play the easy version of the game. Whereas if you win, then you become the Blue Dragon, and you play a much harder version of the game. Basically, the differences are, in Gold Dragon mode, you only have to play through 5 of the stages. And it's like 4 stages are omitted altogether, and almost all of the final stage is cut out. You only have to play through a small portion of the final stage. And also, you have twice the health as the Gold Dragon, so it's truly the easy mode of the game. But as with most games that have an easy mode of sorts, you have a less satisfying ending for playing as Gold Dragon than you do as Blue Dragon. And also, there are fairies that you will rescue at the end of levels. They can actually give you bonuses in Blue Dragon mode, but they won't in Gold Dragon. So let's look at the story. Time went by. The abominable incident by Zaul was fading away from the people's memory. But the monsters of darkness were not dead. Their growing power was ready to cover the earth again. Now, the new dragon legend is ready to begin. So, what we're going to do tonight, we're going to play through this game twice. Once in Gold Dragon mode and once in Blue Dragon mode. By the way, before I go any further, I want to give a big thank you to Mr. Grimm Adventures for the recent follow. Thank you very much for following. I really appreciate it. And I'd also like to announce that I'm dedicating this particular stream to Erin Plays. It wasn't too long ago she she streamed this game, and I'm not sure if she finished it. But when I saw that this collection came out, we're playing this, by the way, through the Namco Museum Archives collection, currently available for the Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch. This game is also available on the recently released Evercade, which is a cartridge-based handheld console. And it's really cool that Namco put a bunch of their NES and Famicom titles on not only the Evercade but also on other current platforms. You know, it's really nice that that gamers of this generation, just about whatever platform you have access to these games. Would have been nice if they could have given us access to the complete Japanese library and the Namcot collection available for the Switch. There are some games that are deleted, but still, there's a nice number of games available in this collection and in Volume 2. There's 2 volumes in the North American release. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. And for our first playthrough, we're going to play as the Gold Dragon. And as I said earlier, this first boss fight simulates the final battle against Zawl from the original arcade game. The hero Amru, disguised as a blue dragon, is finally about to fight the monster Zawl. So in the original arcade game, you die with only 2 hits. This game shows you a bit more mercy than that. You can take 3 hits in this port before you die, and that's if you're playing as the blue dragon. If you're playing as the gold dragon, you can take 6 hits. So we get to Zawl. This is the final boss from the original game, and we're gonna lose on purpose, because to play as the gold dragon, you have to lose this fight. Father! Lace jumped out of bed and said, "He defeated Zawl!" Just then, "Ha ha ha! I am the evil master Galda! I will take Iris as my victim!" "Son of the hero Amru, take me and be the gold dragon. Go and fight the evil master Galda." And so the numbers of the stages in the Gold Dragon mode are the same as they are in Blue Dragon mode. So you can tell which stages you're playing. You know, which numbers they are in Blue Dragon. Like the second level is skipped. Huh. I just noticed another bonus you get as the Gold Dragon. You pretty much get auto fire all the time. As the Blue Dragon, you have to pick up about 3 fire power-ups without getting hit in order to get auto fire. That's another thing to remember in this game too. Is anytime you take a hit, your dragon power's down. You know, like whatever firepower you've got, the number of heads you've got, all goes down by 1. It's rather interesting that they give you auto fire all the time as the Gold Dragon. But then again, we are playing in easy mode, folks. But you will also see just how much more satisfying the original ending, the Blue Dragon ending is compared to Gold Dragon once we get there. And like I said, there are fairies you can save, but they give you no bonuses in Gold Dragon mode. I guess the game figures It's already giving you enough. Why should it give you any more of an advantage? Whereas if you're playing in Gold Dragon mode, you've really got your work cut out for you. So if your dragon becomes green like that, then it means you've pretty much got the most powerful fire you can have. Oops. So we just lost that. And the only way to recover damage in this game is to rescue certain fairies. If you're playing Blue Dragon. If you're playing Gold Dragon, once you lose health, it's gone for good. But then again, you've got a lot of health to start with. So it's really not the end of the world if you take 1 or 2 hits. So, we had Earthquake causing ground fire earlier. But that ended. So now we've got Spread Shot, but we've also got a Shrunken Dragon. This is to make it easier to avoid enemies and projectiles. There's also another power-up that will shrink your dragon down and give you 2 smaller dragons that can fire along with you. So here we are at the first boss, but look how quickly it went down. I'm a maid of Arlia. I was caught by the monster of darkness. My friends are also prisoners. Help them and bring back the light again. So from there, the second stage is skipped, and we go straight to the third stage. Now, if you pick up another head while you're shrunken, you'll grow back to regular size. You can't have multiple heads and be shrunk at the same time. Can't have it all, folks. But when you're playing as the Gold Dragon, you'll almost feel like you've got it all to begin with. So as you can see, there's a lot of insect enemies in this stage. If an enemy flashes, it means it's going to throw a power-up out once you kill it. And you probably figured this out, but there are red and blue pods, and the red pods always give you a fire power-up. The blue pods always give you a power-up that will give you an extra head. You can have up to 3 heads. And let me tell you, when you're packing the extreme flames, the big long ones, and 3 heads at the same time, there's not going to be a whole lot that's going to be able to stop you. So we have to burn our way through these thorns. Got some peacocks coming up. See, you see, we're small. We're flashing there. We're flashing with invincibility. That was okay. That right there, that gave us the smaller dragon formation. And when you hear that sound, it means your invincibility is almost up. So this is how you kind of get 3 heads while you're a small dragon, but you don't always have access to that formation power up. When you do, make sure you make the most of it. So as you can see, the creatures that come out of those pods there are laying down thorns. Which we want to try to get those out of the way as we move along. And as you've seen, those pods can be destroyed. but it takes a butt ton of hits. Let's see. Extra head plus invincibility. Got that right, we'll take it. We've been getting a lot of those this round. Then again, Gold Dragon mode, folks. Gold Dragon mode. And here we are at the boss. This is one of the more unique bosses where you don't use air fire to destroy it. Instead, you use ground fire. First, you have to destroy the 4 seed pods. I don't think you get any points for destroying those spikes. But once you destroy the first 4 seed pods, 4 more pop up. And you guessed it, those have to go as well. And then once you destroy the second set of seed pods, the flower sheds its shell, and you can bomb the heck out of it and destroy it. And then you move on to stage 4. The evil lord of the ancient era was awakened at the last moment by Zaul. He is Galda, whose power is much greater than Zaul's. And here we are in stage 4, the graveyard. I love the music in this level, always have. Now, one power-up you want to make sure you don't ever pick up in this game is the skull. You might have seen it during the demo, and you may have had an idea of what it does, and you probably assumed correctly. It powers you down 1 level. Oh, geez. All right, now I'm just getting sloppy here, because this usually doesn't happen to me. Okay, so we got 1 level of fire back. And we've got health gone that we won't ever see again. But then again, we've also only got 2 levels to go after this one. And that's that X is a perpetual earthquake that will take out anything on the ground while it's going on. You don't have to use ground fire at all while that's going on. And as you just saw, even the pods are broken open. Okay, so it's safest just to air fire those as they come up. All right. We got the Ultra Fire. And I think those little flying dragons icons, I think those increase your flight speed. I could be wrong, but I think that's what those do. And it looks like we're at the boss already. It's a skeleton dragon. And you shoot the crap out of the head. And then once it breaks apart, you fire at the orb until it's destroyed, and that's what destroys it. The magical force of Galda made the people bad and turned them into beasts. Please slay Galda to change them back to their true forms. And now we skip all the way from stage 4 to stage 7. This is the deep sea stage, where pretty much everything you fight is aquatic life. And this is also the last full stage you have to go through as Gold Dragon. As I said, there's 5 stages. This is the 4th one we're playing through. And the last stage is almost skipped entirely. We only have to play through a small portion of it. And that small portion is coming up at the end of the stage. Cool. So, this game was originally released in the U.S. by Bandai. So, even before their merger in 2004, Bandai and Namco had a long-running business relationship. When this game originally came out in arcades, though, it was released by Atari Games. And, you know, many of you probably remember the early 80s when the North American distributor of most of Namco's games was Midway. But as many of you probably have already heard, Midway kind of blew that by abusing the Pac-Man license. They made a lot of unauthorized Pac-Man games. One of them, surprisingly, this may surprise you, but Ms. Pac-Man, which gets my vote as the best Pac-Man game of them all, was an unlicensed game. And yes, after we shoot their heads off, they retreat inside, but they come back. You basically just have to fly past their holes to get them to where they're not a danger anymore. So back to what I was saying about Midway. Oh wow, we're already... Jeez! Wasted that boss in short order. Then again, easy mode. And now we go to the final section of Area 9, the Dark Castle. Okay, let's try this again. So, Midway made several unauthorized Pac-Man games. Ms. Pac-Man was the first one they made that was unauthorized. And they basically handed the game over to Namco, who proceeded to treat it like a red-headed stepchild. They almost never include it in compilations. And here we come to the first boss of Stage 9. There are a total of 3 bosses, but you'll only fight 2 of them in Gold Dragon mode. So we took out the first one, which was I guess that was a 3-headed dragon. But as you saw, you have to destroy all the heads to get rid of it. And now we just have to fly through this lava-filled area and destroy all of the magma balls, I guess is the best thing I can call them. And now we fight who for a long time I thought was the final boss of the game. Because for a long time I played Gold Dragon mode. It wasn't until like maybe a month or 2 after I beat it as Gold Dragon the first time that I stopped. And now here's our ending. Oh, it was only a nightmare. I'm scared of the dark, but my sister Iris is the scariest. And the Legend of Dragon book closes up. The end. And that's the end of the game. We're gonna have to reset so that we can play through it again, which we'll go ahead and do that now. And this time we're gonna play through it as the Blue Dragon. And in order to do that, we will have to win our battle against Zowel at the beginning, which isn't too hard. It's honestly not that hard at all to get through this this first area without taking a hit. At least I don't think it is. Now, as the Blue Dragon, this is a much harder game, but still, it's still a lot easier of a game than the original arcade game is. The original arcade game, you can only take 2 hits before you die, among other things. Plus, you have to pick up 3 fire power-ups for your flames to get stronger. And throw in the fact that and there he is. Zawl's done. Amru and Arisha, supposed to be Alicia, married and had twins. Amru became ill from his battle with Zawl. The twins were named Lace and Iris. Meanwhile, Galda started conquering the earth. Galda took Iris away as his victim. Lace took the sword, which his father left, to slay Galda. So, Blue Dragon, you do not get auto fire all the time. You die in 3 hits. You have to go through all the levels. All 9 of the levels. Just overall, definitely the hard mode of the game. Or normal. Normal's what I equate it more with. It's really the way the game's meant to be played. Hey, Dwarven Dad, how you doing today? So, I don't know if you're familiar with this. Yes, I agree, this is a very fun game. So, I just found out last night, I forget who it was that was streaming this, but apparently there's a Namco collection on the PS4, Switch, and Xbox One that is all NES and Famicom titles. So this is the version of it on the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. Yeah, that one's based more on the arcade game. This game, it's kind of weird. It's essentially the same game, like as far as all the levels and bosses go, but story-wise, it's actually a sequel. You're playing as the descendant of the original hero in the original Dragon Spirit. It's kind of weird, but the game's still fun. The only difference I can see gameplay-wise is it has a different final boss. But you do fight the final boss at the beginning. And basically what it is, you fight the final boss from the original game. If you lose, you become the Gold Dragon and the game is easier. If you win, you play through it as the Blue Dragon, and the gameplay is harder, but it's still a lot easier than the original arcade game. So one of the things that makes it easier as Gold Dragon, you have twice the health, and plus you don't have to play through all the levels. We've already played through Gold Dragon mode, so now we're playing through Blue Dragon. Alright, we got Earthquake Ground Fire. And we can just kill everything at once that's on the ground. It doesn't seem like there's a limit to how many shots you can fire of that Earthquake Fire. It just runs out whenever the timer runs out, regardless of how many shots you fire. And yeah, I was really excited when this came out for the Evercade, and I'm really excited that it's available for more consoles too. So no matter what console you have access to it as long as you have a modern gen console. Boss number 1. Another big difference too is there are fairies at the end of each stage, but they won't give you any bonuses as the Gold Dragon, whereas they might as Blue Dragon if you fulfill certain conditions. I'm a maid of Arlia. I was caught by the monster of darkness. My friends are also prisoners. They will be helpful to you if they turn up. That's another. The fairies are not present in the arcade version, you might recall. Okay, so we shrunk down, but then we got a second head, so we're back to being Big Dragon. Another head would be great. Although, never made it to the first. Oh man, don't be too ashamed of that. That is the arcade game. That's what the TurboGrafx version is based on. It's a very difficult game. I think the third level may be as far as I've ever made it in the arcade version. So it's nothing to be ashamed of at all. But you pretty much it's the same boss in both the arcade TurboGrafx version and this one. Like I said, there's virtually no difference between the stages. It's mainly you're just playing as the Descendant plus there's fairies. Some fairies will give you back lost health, and some of them will give you extra lives. Like the one at the end of this stage will give you back health that you've lost. Which right now we've got like one hit that we could get back. And then the one at the end of stage 3 will give you an extra life if you fulfill the right conditions. 4 is health, 5 is extra life, and then 6 is health again. And that's the last fairy that you can rescue. If you don't destroy him really quick, I think he breaks apart into, like, fire bats. Darn it, we didn't fulfill the right conditions. It looks to me like it's mainly determined by where you are in relation to your score counter at the end. It's kind of weird like that. The evil lord of the ancient era was awakened at the last moment by Zaul. He is Galda, whose power is much greater than Zaul's. So this game is available on the first collection. It's the Namco Museum Archives is what they call it. And there's each volume is $20, and each volume also has like 11 games on it. I think one of them in each collection is a bonus game. Like one of them has an 8-bit version of Gapless, and then I think this one has an 8-bit version of Pac-Man Championship 2, which is rather interesting. So it's 10 games that already existed, plus one that they just made up on the fly. Ah, invincibility. We will take that. While everything's dying in that earthquake. Shake, rattle, and roll, baby. And it's wearing off. Whoa! Too close. Also, another thing to note, since the TurboGrafx version is based on the arcade version, you'll notice that my fire is powering up very quickly. I think in the arcade version you have to pick up 3 of the fire power-ups before your fire will even power up by 1 level. And then, of course, you get hit, you lose a power level. So, yeah. That game's difficulty is brutal, even compared to this. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. If for no other reason for the spread shot. So now we'll go after this pod. Hopefully we'll be able to destroy all the pods this time. And now pod number 3. There's like 5 or 6 pods, I think. Okay. I think that's the last one, but we'll see. But we will get to see what the fairies actually look like at the end of the game, even the ones that we didn't fulfill the right condition for them to help us. If they're in silhouette, it means they won't give you any bonus. But if you actually are able to see their face, it means you are going to get the bonus that they offer. And now it is time to face the boss. First, we will bomb the crap out of the seed pod. Okay, that one's cracked. There we go, we broke it open. And now for the second set of 4. That's 1 broken open. That's 2. And that's 3. 1 more. And now we can bomb the flower. Bomb the fire. I meant to say bomb the flower. Boom! Oops. Well, as a token of our gratitude, we will give you more lives. Huh. I forgot to go up to the top of the screen, but fortunately it didn't really matter in the end. And now we've got the Mega Fire. If it's in the air, it is dead. Whoa, dude. So you will recall stage 4, which we played through as the Gold Dragon. We'll need to clear this stage in order to show you a level we haven't been to yet. I'm not going to spoil what that stage is, just that it's stage 5. Darn it. Cool. Like I said, I'm pretty sure what we just picked up is an increase in flying speed. Oh no! We did not need that. So as you saw, the bone dragon can get back together if you don't destroy the soul in time. I'm a flower fairy. I had lost all hope. Thank you very much. And she just healed the damage that we took, which is very awesome. The fairy at the end of the volcano level would have done the same thing for us. So now we've got invincibility for a bit. We just basically, this is the name of this stage is trying to navigate some very enclosed terrain. All right, we got the mega fire. Yeah, that spider on its web won't come any closer to us. All it can do is just sit there and fire at us. So, you may recall when we played it through the Gold Dragon mode, this level was not one we played through. This one and the one after are levels that get skipped over as the Gold Dragon. And oh Lord. That might have worked out for the best. I'm kind of bummed that we missed out on our Mega Fire. Well, that might have helped out too. 'Cause I mean, heck, it'll make it easier for us to navigate the very small gaps in the cave walls as they move around. And I believe we're just about at the boss. I think right after here we'll be at the boss. Oh! That'll teach me to take my hands off the controller prematurely, huh? And here we are at the boss. We just gotta wait for him to show up. Now this boss is on the ground on its web, so initially you want to use ground fire on it. Only use the air fire to kill the spiders that it lets out. But eventually, it'll jump off the web, and when it does, you can hit it with air fire. So we took a hit there, but we had full health, so we're still not doing too bad. But we did lose our auto fire though, which sucks. All right. So we took out the spider. The monsters of darkness are coming up in disguise. So since he showed up, since he wasn't shown in silhouette, we just got an extra life for saving him. So this is the third level that's skipped when you play through Gold Dragon mode. I mean, the music is great here, and the level itself is a lot of fun to play. But if it's your first time going through it, it can be tough when the level starts to speed up. All right, we got our auto fire back, which is great. We're gonna have to start breaking through ice walls here, as well as trying to contend with. Oh, geez. Cannot afford to have that happen again. There's one more hit and we're dead. The good news is the fairy at the end of this stage, should we fulfill the right conditions, will heal our wounds. It'll be the last chance we have to heal any damage. After that, whatever health you lose is gone for good. Nice! We just got a heart. That's a 1-up. It's the first one we've actually come across during this play. So, the only opportunities you have for extra lives in this game are from the fairies in stages 3 and 5, and also from any hearts you may pick up during the levels. And as you can see, the action has sped up considerably. This is where the stage really starts to get tough, especially the first time going through it. Once you play through it a few times, it's not so bad. But that first time, that part where it speeds up can be brutal. And that was our first death in this game. I guess that's not too bad. But at some point, I may try to get a no-death run of this. To get that far before the first death, I'm kind of confident I can do it. So we got the Mega Fire, but unfortunately we're not on auto fire at this time. We've got to get one more fire power up before we get our auto fire back. But that's cool that we're still blowing up those boulders in one hit, rather than just breaking them apart. Looks like the hitbox is a little more forgiving than I would have supposed when it comes to the little spikes that are jutting out. Oh! So we took 2 hits there, but now we're at the boss. And we could potentially get that damage heal. So as you saw, that there's a section of his tail that turns reddish as you land shots, and it eventually breaks apart. As you probably guessed, those are deadly if they hit you. And you just basically have to keep shooting him until he's down to a floating head. Destroy the head, and you destroy the boss. And we got him! Let's see if we fulfilled the conditions to get our health restored. Yes, we did! You are entering the world of darkness. No one can help you. All I can do for you is heal your wounds. And now we go to Stage 7, the Deep Sea. We played through this one earlier as the Gold Dragon. So, this stage is not new territory to us. Well, yeah, it's not new territory. We know what to do here. But yeah, now you see how you get down into the depths of the sea. And you gotta imagine, we just got out of a frigid glacier area, and that's where he flew into the water. I mean, my gosh. Just imagine how cold that water's gotta be. Obviously, dragons can take extremes of temperature better than we humans can. And also, I mean, the levels are the same. In this game compared to the arcade game, but so is the music. Although I'm not sure, they may have added the fairy theme, which doubles as the end of game theme as the Gold Dragon. I'm not sure if they added that or not, but all the rest of the songs that are in this port of the game are pretty much just NES renditions of the songs that were already in the arcade game to begin with. Okay, so I got off on kind of a tangent earlier. I was telling you guys the history of Namco's association with Midway. It was their abuse of the Pac-Man license. I forget how many unlicensed Pac-Man games Midway made. I'm wanting to say it was either 4 or 5, because I know there was Ms. Pac-Man, and then possibly Pac-Man Plus was unauthorized. It's hard to say, although Namco has been releasing that on collections lately, so that could be a legit game. And we just finished off the boss of the sea. Now we go into the last area that is not present in Gold Dragon mode. The Dark Quarters. This area goes dark periodically. Basically, according to the instruction book, there are lightning strikes that happen periodically. And that's what caused the stage to light up every now and then. A good rule of thumb here is to just air fire everywhere. That way, if there's a spike ball coming, you'll be able to tell because your shots will be intercepted. There are very, very few enemies that you can see when the screen goes dark. That eye there is that may be the only enemy that you can see while the lights are out. Kind of reminiscent of one of the boss enemies of Xevious. Oh no you don't. Double oh no you don't. You get that skull away from me. So we're gonna have to ground fire the spiders. And that's cool that you can actually see them even when the lights are out. They're interesting. And then I think any flashing enemies you can also see while the lights are out. And now we go to the boss. You have to shoot out both of this thing's eyes, but they have to actually be firing at you before they're vulnerable. So we put that one's eye out. No, you won't shoot your eye out. I'll shoot your eye out. And the other one too while I'm at it. And we shot out the second eye. And we are on to the final stage. You're about to see how long this stage really is. Not like the small portion that we played through as the Gold Dragon. It's actually a much longer stage than that. Yeah, I might play this game on stream again and try to get a no-death run of it. Especially if I can make it through this stage without getting hit. Don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'll try it. We know that any damage we take at this point, that health will be gone for good. Good thing you can destroy those even when they're not lit up and attacking. Also, there are lit torches along the way at times. You can bomb the flame and get power-ups from them. That power-up is, as you just saw, we went right through that spear. We are invincible after having picked up that exclamation point power-up. What that did, it gave us, it shrunk us down, gave us invincibility, plus gave us spread shot. We're already small, so it's not going to make a difference if we pick that up. Now it's going to speed up slightly. We just navigate the spears, and it's all good in the hood. I don't think there's any dead ends here, but, oops. Well, whatever was in that flame, we just missed. So, those little orbs right there are the doorways to the next area. And these guys right here, you can either bomb them or you can destroy their hammers. Destroying their hammers makes them retreat back underground. The only downside is you don't get any points for doing that. You only get points if you bomb them. But hey, if you're going for no deaths, nothing wrong with it. So, I think this is the last area with that particular music playing, because you'll recall there was different music playing when we were in the last part of Stage 9. That music starts in the second to last area, the one we heard earlier, and then carries over to the final area. And we'll go through here. Yep. And we got Earthquake Ground Fire. Yeah, you can kill those guys who chuck hammers at you, but if they've already thrown their hammer, you still have to contend with it. Oh dear Lord. Whoa! So, as you saw, those statues chuck large spiked shields at you. In order to shut them down, you have to destroy the shield. And that in turn also destroys the Godzilla head. If you fly over the Godzilla head, you will take damage. But if you fly over it when it's just the Cyclops eye, you will not take damage. And we made it through to the final area. Cool, we got our auto fire back. I think we're gonna do it, folks. I think we're gonna clear this game with only that one death in the Glacier area on our record. That will be so cool if we pull that off. And here we come to the three-headed dragon that we fought before in Gold Dragon mode. Same strategies apply. Just shoot the crap out of the heads until all three of them are dead. And then boss number 2 is that same wizard-like dude, which I'll be honest with you guys, that it looks like it could be Galda to me. He kind of has the same shape as Galda does when he appears during the cutscenes. But we know it's not him. He's just his A#1 apprentice, I guess. I mean, he's got kind of a sorcerer's cape on. Uses kind of sorcerer-like attacks. But as we know, you gotta hit him while his cape is open. And we got him! But the game ain't over. We've got one more boss fight to go. This is Galda, folks. And surprise, A boss whose head is not his weakness. You have to shoot him in the arms when he stretches them out to cast the flame magic. And yes, you do use air fire on him, as you've probably noticed. Oh dear Lord. Almost got him, I think. Got him! Too bad we had that one death in level 6. Galda was slayed by the blue dragon. The monsters returned to darkness. Light and peace were restored to the earth. Now a new legend is created. The new hero, Lace, and his name will be remembered forever. Compare the Gold Dragon ending to that. I don't think anyone will argue that that's the more fulfilling ending. So now we get to see the credits and also the faces of all the fairies. So there's the first one at the end of the first stage. That's what the one at the end of the volcano stage looked like. That was the one whose face we did not reveal. There's the fairy in the jungle. There's the one that was in the graveyard. And there's the one we rescued in the cave. And finally, the one we rescued in the glacier area, who says, "Thank you very much for being with us." Presented by Namco. You know, I'm not ready to call this a stream just yet. I think I'm going to try this game one more time in Blue Dragon mode and see if I can't get no death run. Let's go for it, folks. So we technically did get a no death run with the Gold Dragon, but I want to do it with the Blue Dragon too. And I believe we can do it. The only thing that held us back was that blasted fast-paced area in the glacier stage. If it wasn't for that, we would have gotten it. Sorry, Spread Shot, but I want our Super Fire. Excuse me. So first, we're gonna go ahead and light Zowl up, which was very easily done. Amru and Arisha married and had twins. Amru became ill from his battle with Zowl. The twins were named Lace and Iris. Meanwhile, Galda started conquering the earth. Galda took Iris away as his victim. Lace took the sword, which his father left, to slay Galda. So here we go. Blue Dragon mode, folks. First, we want to get out of the way so that we don't get hit by any of those. I guess those are supposed to be meteors that are burning up from entering the atmosphere. Because how else would they be making craters like that? I mean, if they were just standard fireballs, how is it that they would be making craters? Now, the only thing we need to know is they cause damage, so don't touch them. This is really making me want to play the arcade version again at some point. Because I would love to be able to 1cc that game at some point. Okay, looks like it doesn't make a difference whether you shoot them in the air or bomb them on the ground. Well, wasn't what I wanted, but what the hey. At least I still get 3 shots. I like having the 3-headed dragon as opposed to the formation dragon, but I mean, you do get the same amount of shots. At least when you're not the spread shot dragon. I've noticed if the 2 dragons fire, the 2 dragons on either side while you're small and have the formation dragons. If you're using the spread power up, it looks like the main dragon you control will not fire. Only the smaller ones do. I could be wrong on that, but that looks to be what I'm observing. Okay, first level boss. We'll be home in time for dinner. Boom! I'm going to update the stream so people will know what it is we're trying to do. Trying to find the tag for no deaths. Okay, that'll do.
I'm a maid of Arlia. I was caught by the monster of darkness. My friends are also prisoners. They will be helpful to you if they turn up.
Well, that is if we fulfill the right conditions. We'll just hang back for now and try killing everything that comes our way. And I kind of forget which volcanoes are gonna erupt and which ones don't. Okay, that one looks like it. Okay, we'll pick that up. Because that gives you invincibility plus spread shot. But it does take you down to one head. If you pick up a second head while you're in this form, you will lose your invincibility. So it's worth just going down to one head for this power up. What the hey, the invincibility was getting ready to run out anyway. Might as well pick up that extra head. Cool. And one more set of magma balls. It's always seemed to me like when you get to the end of each stage, the whether or not the fairy reveals herself has always seemed to be determined by where you're flying in relation to your score. However, that one time we weren't flying anywhere near our score and we got the stage 3 fairy anyway. Not 100% sure what triggered that, but hey, I'll take it.
The evil lord of the ancient era was awakened at the last moment by Zaul. He is Galda, whose power is much greater than Zaul's.
So she would have healed our wounds. But we really don't have any wounds to heal yet. Keyword yet. The biggest problem areas for me in this game are the cave and the glacier stage. And they're not so much major problems overall. They're just obstacles to getting the no death run. If we can make it through those areas without dying, I think we're pretty much good to go. Gotta burn our way through the thorns. Oh. Nah, dude. It's alright. There we go. Hitting it with all those shots, I would think would take that that pod out sooner, but what the hey. We're still destroying him pretty quickly. Who's next? Okay, I thought there was another one. But But is this the last one, or is it not? We shall soon see. Yeah, that's the last one. Whoa! Bit too close for comfort there. Give me that. And here comes the boss. And so far, we haven't taken any damage yet, this game. I'm pretty happy about that. I know 13-year-old me would be happy about it, too. I was about 13 when I beat this game for the first time. I know basically what it was. I think when I first played this game, I lost a fight with Zowl, not on purpose, but it's like the next time, it's like the first time I lost the game as the Gold Dragon, and then after that I started playing as the Blue Dragon, and the Volcano stage was as far as I was making it. So the next day I lost the fight to Zowl again, not on purpose this time. Oh, we messed up there.
This forest was once peaceful, but now the plants and birds are gone. Only you can restore the beauty and peace again.
So, okay, I remembered what I was gonna say now. Like, the next day, I lost the fight to Zowl again, not on purpose, but I got the Gold Dragon again and was able to beat it this time as the Gold Dragon. And for a long time, I would intentionally lose the fight to Zowl so I could become the Gold Dragon and beat the game. And then eventually, I'm wanting to say about a month or two later, I conjured up the cojones to actually try Blue Dragon mode again, and then eventually was able to beat it. And I wrote into Nintendo Power, trying to get my name in the magazine. Didn't happen, but they did send me back a letter saying, we're impressed with your achievement, and we appreciate the tips you sent, because I sent tips for fighting Galda and his accomplice at the end. I did eventually get my name into Nintendo Power, but it was for beating the Little Mermaid, not for beating this or any of the other games that I sent in reports of. You know, eventually I found out you had to send photos of endings of games that you beat, and the ones that I sent in were Double Dragon 3. What were some of the other ones? Mega Man 3, Castlevania 3 were some of the ones I sent in. This was back around the end of '91, beginning of '92, and I also sent in a screenshot of the Little Mermaid being beat. Oh, we messed it up with her too.
The magical force of Galda made the people bad and turned them into beasts. Please slay Galda to change them back to their true forms.
This would be rough if we'd suffered any damage, but we haven't. And she's one of the fairies that will heal you if you've suffered any damage. But we're good on that front. So, yeah, I guess because Little Mermaid was the game that was most recently released at the time. The other ones that I mentioned were like 1990 releases. Double Dragon 3 may have been a 91 release, but Little Mermaid had been out for like maybe a few months at that point, and they sent me a letter saying your name has been added for contention for Power Players. At that time, the NES Achievers, I think, was what they were initially called, but they changed that section, the name of that section, to Power Players in '92. And around the time they got back to me, it was early '92, right around the time they changed it to Power Players. And I guess I'd written to him so many times, they finally said, all right, let's get this guy out of our hair. Let's put his name in the magazine. He'll leave us alone, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that was really their motive, but hey, I got my name in the magazine. I got what I wanted. I was happy. And I remember it was just a few days before my birthday. One of the guys in my 8th grade class came up to me and he said, "Hey, you're in Nintendo Power, dude." And he gave me a printout that he'd made of the Power Players page, because apparently he'd gotten a subscription too, and he did the same thing I did, which was to check to see if anybody from our home state had made it into Power Players, and he saw that that month that I had, and he said, "Okay, well, here's a guy from the next town over." Turned out to be me. The monsters of darkness are coming up in disguise, so we just got an extra life. I don't think it won't make a difference if we get our no death clear, but we'll see. I don't think we've even taken damage yet. I'm very happy with this run so far. So, let me think. Yeah, he took a look through the Power Players section, saw that there was someone from our home state, saw there was somebody from the next town over from our school in the magazine, and then he looked at the name, and there was my name next to it. And he said the first thing he did was to run and show it to his mother, saying, because she had been the principal at our school before she retired, like right after my 6th grade year. And then my 6th grade teacher, interestingly enough, became the new principal, which was really cool. But anyhow, so he ran in, he showed his mother. He said, "Hey, look who's in Nintendo Power." And then the next day, he brings the printout and showed it to everybody in our class. It was the coolest thing I could have experienced. And I know I had to be the only one at our school who had that happen to him. I know I was the biggest gamer at our school, but there was one other guy who I was really good friends with, who was quite the gamer too. And I remember lending this game to him at one point. It's like he spent the night over at my house, and we swapped games for a little bit. Yes, I did get my games back. He is the honest sort, though I haven't seen him in a while. We're hoping to hook up one day when all this virus mess is behind us. So cool! We actually made it through the level without dying this time. Well, there goes our no damage run. But hey! We actually made it through without dying. And we get our health back. Very cool. You are entering the world of darkness. No one can help you. All I can do for you is heal your wounds. Okay, so here we are in the deep sea area, and we just got our auto fire back. So yeah, it was like 3, maybe 4 days before my birthday. I found out I was in Nintendo Power. I'd had to go to a doctor's appointment the day I got the magazine, and when I got it back, I really didn't have time to look at it, so I set it aside. And I would have looked at the Power Players section later, but that's why one of the other guys in my class saw my name in there before I saw it. But it was such a cool thing. It's like here I was, 13 years old, just about to hit 14, and I got my name in a national publication. And I mean, it was my first ever video game accolade. At that point, I'd been playing video games for close to 10 years. I started playing video games back in '82, when I was 4 years old. And I started off playing arcade games. Nobody in my family at that time owned a gaming console. Nobody was really even interested in video games. At least on one side of my family, I kind of was the icebreaker as far as playing video games go. All right, cool. So we're still on full health. We're nearing the end of this stage. All right, look what we just got. We got the Ultra Fire. I know I've been calling it the Super Fire, but Ultra Fire is a cooler name for it, I think. Okay, so we're coming up on the boss, and we've only taken one hit the whole game. It's a shame we took that hit during the fight with the Stage 6 boss, but what are you gonna do, right? Cool, we got him. Now it's time to go to the second to last stage. If we can make it through this stage and the next one without dying, we'll have our no-death run. I'm pretty excited about this, because 13-year-old me never dreamed he would pull this off one day. I mean, I did beat this game at the age of 13. I just never dreamed I would do it in one life. Oh, no, you don't. Stay away from me, Skullomania. Alright, cool. I shot its eye. You'll shoot your eye out. Nah, I just shot its eye out. I swear that, that thing reminds me so much of, that boss character of sorts from Xevious. The boss character that only takes one hit to destroy, but it has to be hit square in the eye. And here we are at the boss. Let's try to destroy the right eye first. Wow! I thought we'd put it out quickly. Wasn't sure if we'd put it out in one round of shots or not. Kablamo! Look at that. And now here we are in the Dark Castle. Earthshake! I said shake, rattle, and roll. Oh, no, you don't. I was torn on whether to keep the Ultra Fire or switch to the Spread Shot. I'm picking that up. Because invincibility is always a great thing to have. And now we go through to the second area. Whoa. Cool. I wonder if I should try a no damage run of this game at some point. I mean, heck, we almost had it. I mean, we've been hit once. But that's it. And I know I can beat that, the boss of the, Whoa! I know I can beat the boss of the Glacier stage without getting hit. Cool. And moving on. Yeah, the spread fire, it was good that we picked that up. Whoa! Oh, wow. Here we are. The second to last area of the game. No. I'll tell you where you can stick that skull. Oh, and we lost our spread shot, too. not in the best of positions here, folks. But all is not lost. Things just got a bit more difficult for us, that's all. And we're through. So we got one head back. And we got our auto fire back. And we got our spread shot back. Nice. Oh, no, you don't. And we got our third head again. Thanks, but no thanks, pal. And here we are at the three-headed dragon. Yeah, I think I'll attempt a no damage run at some point. We're pretty much home free on pulling this off. Son. Fire in the cape. Fire in the hole, technically, because he created a hole by pulling back that cape. Now it's time to face Galda. All we gotta do is beat him, and our no-death run will be complete. That is so weird. The head, you're usually looking for headshots, but here you're aiming for the arms, and we got it. We just beat this game with one life. Guys, I'm pretty happy right now. The only thing that would make me happier is if we hadn't taken that hit in the Glacier stage. That's the only hit we took the whole game. I think I will go back and attempt no damage run at this at some point. I know I said that before, but what the hey. Now a new legend is created. The new hero Lace, and his name will be remembered forever. And there's the book closing up. The end. And once again, I dedicate this stream to Erin Plays. Because watching her stream this game, I got to thinking, man, I wish I could stream this. And when it came to Evercade, I thought, well, cool. We can actually play the NES version again. But since it's also come out to the Xbox One and PS4, it makes it possible for those of us who don't have really good streaming equipment. It gives us the possibility to stream games like this. Thank you very much for being with us. But yeah, I'll probably stream some more games at some point from this collection. But in the meantime, I'm not sure if I'll be on tomorrow or not. But if I am, it's going to be Shenmue Saturday, and we're going straight to Shenmue 3. Sunday, we're going back to Battletoads, and On Monday, for Mega Monday, we're going to be going to Mega Man X8. And we'll probably, like I said, we'll probably be on that one a couple of days. Throwback Thursday is going to be possibly another game from this collection. Or actually, I take that back. We're gonna go over Dig Dug, the arcade version of Dig Dug, and then next Friday for Fisticuffs Friday, we're going to be playing the original Street Fighter. We're going back to one-on-one fighting games, and then next Saturday we will definitely have a Shenmue stream, and it will definitely be Shenmue 3, one way or the other. For now, this is Thunderfist 1978 signing off.